Hey there, all of my Periscope buddies, how are you? If y'all can hear me, let me know by throwing in a 1. If you can hear me, put in a 1 in the actual chat. All of my good scopified buddies. Let me flip this camera thingy doodle hoobicky around. Hold on a second. Kapow. There we go. Hey, hi, how's it going? It's Casey. Hey, O'Connor, what's going on? Julie Cornish is joining. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure this is working. Yeah? Hello from Bermuda. Whoa, hello. Welcome to this Periscope. My name is Casey Zeman. And if you're new here, first off, put in, yep, here you find, that's great. First, if you're new here, put in a, just give me a thumbs up if you're new here. Hi, hey from Scottsdale. What's going on? Yeah, if you're new here, put a thumbs up. Would love to see that. My web views are not included in the watch count. How weird. That is weird. Awesome. Well, welcome you guys to everybody who's here now, who's been here before, who's new here. And for those who are watching the replay, thank you so much. And this is going to be very exciting. So here's the deal. Because it's new, let me just introduce myself. My name is Casey Zeman. I am the best-selling author of the book Build Your Audience with Live Video. Mark Shaw, new equals cupcakes. Yes, that's right. I'm also the founder of a software called Easy Webinar, which does live and automated webinars. And I do periscopes on business building using the power of live stream webinars, and of course, how to launch using these strategies and in different marketing tools. Hey, Kimra, what's up? How are you? So we have some good people in the room right now, and this episode, I guess, what is Spiritual Gangster? It's the shirt that I have. People on Periscope are mentioning that it's a spiritual gangster, so you know what this is. Essentially it's a brand. I'm doing great. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. So yes, it's a clothing company. I got this when I went on a yoga retreat, so I definitely recommend you guys picking it up. It's a cool brand. It's starting to get big. It's a bigger brand. But so thank you guys for coming. I have some cool stuff I want to share with you. And if you do want to share this, you can share this by clicking this little dude right here or swipe right, and you'll be able to share that with your Twitter followers or on Periscope. Like brand name? Yeah, that's the brand name, Spiritual Gangster, okay? Now, do I consider myself a spiritual gangster? You know, I'm not necessarily as hard as a gangster would be, but I'm definitely spiritual. So I guess I could be like a spiritual gangster. Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. I've been consuming a lot of podcasts recently, and the reason I'm consuming a lot of podcasts is because I'm putting out a podcast myself. One that's all about webinars. It's called the Webinar Lab, and actually it's already out, but I haven't launched it yet, meaning that I'm waiting for about 7 to 10 episodes to get inside my podcast, and then I'm going to launch it to my list of 50,000. I'm going to say, guys, we're going live. Here it is right now. So I haven't done that yet. That's on the way, but I've been consuming a lot of podcasts, and one in particular that I really enjoy is Shailene Johnson. If you guys don't know Shailene, and this is kind of a shout out to her, does Easy Webinar integrate with lead pages? I will answer questions about Easy Webinar maybe towards the end, but the answer is yes and no. It does, but there's kind of if you come into our group, Facebook group in Easy Webinar, once you're a customer, you'll see how you can actually integrate it. So one particular person is Shailene Johnson, who has a podcast called Build Your Tribe. Now, as someone who has a new brand called Tribe Minded, I'm very interested in Shailene because of what she does, what she puts out there. So you guys, there was a big shout out to her I put it in the title, at Shailene Johnson. You guys can follow her. She has great stuff. You can even mention that I'm doing a Periscope all about her because I think her stuff is great. So here's what I was listening to just recently, okay, on her podcast. Brendan Burchard was on. Yeah, do you guys know who Brendan Burchard is? Put a heart in the inside here if you guys know. Solopreneur, our great podcast. That is a great podcast. Absolutely, yes, it is. Yep, you guys know Brendan Burchard. Oh yeah, cool. So Brendan Burchard, he's a great guy. For those who don't know who Brendan Burchard is, he's a New York Times bestselling author. He wrote the book, I think, Millionaire Manifesto. I have one of his products, total product blueprint behind me, and he essentially is a high performance, peak performance and motivational coach and speaker and author, and someone who just is really, really good at connecting with people. And Shailene was asking how he was able to build his tribe so quickly, and also just some key points that he talked about. And he mentioned 3 V's, okay? He mentioned 3 V's, which now that I look at it and start thinking about what he mentioned, it resonated so much with me. And these might resonate with you too, especially if you're someone who has either created a tribe already, sort of, you already have a tribe, or it's growing right now, or you're looking to build your tribe. These are a few things that he teaches that might help you to understand how you can keep connected with your tribe through the growth process, okay? So these are the 3. Vulnerability, vision, and value. Vulnerability, vision, and value. You see, as someone who is a leader or growing your community, being able to convey these 3 things to your community consistently is key. And that's what Brendan essentially said. Because a lot of times what some people do is they build a list, an email list, okay? And that's one of the keys to building a tribe, is building a thriving email list, bringing people from social media into your email list. One of the things that Brendan mentioned was that a lot of people, what they do is they kind of do this. They first, they get people on a list, but then they don't, vulnerability, right? Not venerability, vulnerability, okay, where you're being vulnerable. What they then don't do is they then don't communicate enough with that list. The other thing that they don't do is they oftentimes put a shield up and almost make themselves look like a guru. Have you guys ever been on anyone's list? Vulnerability, vision, and value. That's right. Damn autocorrect. Yeah. Vulnerability, vision, and value. Have you guys ever been on anyone's list, an email list? And I don't know if you're on my email list. How many of you guys are on my email list? Yeah, yours. Okay, good. You're on my email list. Awesome. So how many of you guys have ever been on an email list where they didn't communicate on a personal level with you? Where they didn't share growth strategies with you, or they didn't, most of the time they were just promoting other people. Have you ever been on an email list that was mostly promotional, and then, that's really all they did? Well, and this should be obvious to many people, but sometimes it's not. So what Brendan has said, and this I completely agree, lots of those, right? Me too. I've been on them too. So what Brendan has said, and I completely agree with this, is that, it's okay. That's what's awesome about Periscope. It's personal. That's right. It's okay to show vulnerability to your audience when you're building a tribe as an expert. In fact, sometimes it's better to show you learning just like they're learning with you. You see, like I'm learning with every step I go here, just like you might be learning. Now, I've had success, but it doesn't mean, once you've had success, it doesn't mean that we stop learning. In fact, success means that we're obligated to continue to learn, to push forward. So one thing is vulnerability. Show vulnerability, show vision, and then show value. Those are the 3 things you want to represent when you're putting content out to your community and when you're building a tribe. Let them know, hey guys, I've been testing out, shows that you're not perfect. Exactly. Like, for instance, I always talk about, first off, things I'm testing out, things I'm failing at, and things I'm succeeding with, right? Because it's not for me, it's for you. What if they are gay? Well, it's also equally fine if they're gay, but you are being blocked, my friend. Block user. Bye. I found people find high value in seeing your mistakes. It's true. So if you're always trying to gloss over them, block him. Yeah, absolutely. Yuck. Totally. Ugh. I hate when that happens. But I love it, but I hate it at the same time because I get to finally block somebody. James Wedmore, what's going on? So, and, I know that a few, get him out of here. I know a few of us are the same way, when we're kind of melding, getting that tribe together, whether you're starting out or whether you're coming in the beginning or middle rather, coming at the end, it's really all about continuing to show them your vision. Like for me, I'm completely doing a new rebranding this year. Like it's like new rebranding, utterly new. And it's because of the fact that I dropped the ball on it for like 12 months, right? 12 months, actually 14 months, because I was like product creating and I got so like, you know, there was so much I was trying to work on in getting the product out there and software. And I realized that, you know, I was losing out on what my true vision was. I'd rather follow someone who learned and understand. Yeah. So because I went through that process, I am completely doing a rebranding now, and I'm absolutely in love with, you know, with what I have, with what I'm seeing here in terms of my vision. It's finally coming true, but it's taken so long to get there. And I think it was, you know, a lot of times we have our self-doubts. Yeah, glad you're in the house. You know, this is great to hear because I've been dealing with the same issue. Yeah, of course. We all do this. I mean, no matter where you're at, you're always trying to, you're always going to be faced with some sort of struggle. And I think it's about sharing that with your community, showing them what's happening in that regard. I mean, you know, I sometimes maybe show this to a fault, but I try to let you know this is like, hey, you know what, I'm seeking this vision for myself. And then that allows you to attract those same people that has your vision. So I try to incorporate my vision in all of what I do online. I mean, I try as hard as I can. Sometimes I don't do as good as I can, but I really am trying. And I think that's the point, and that's what Brendan said is kind of the key to building a tribe. It's being vulnerable, sharing the vision that you have for where you want to go, which in turn helps your community, because oftentimes if I have a vision that resonates with you, that will help you in kind of creating and manifesting your vision, right? Does that make sense? And finally, value, because value is the key to everything. Being able to present quality value. Your shirt, Casey, joy, keep being real and raw. Thank you. So value is as I said, is kind of the key to everything. You have to put out and present quality value, which, you know, when we talk about value, guys, it doesn't have to also be huge value. It can be something it can be like what we're talking about now. You know, it can be something that I gained from someone else that I'd like to share with you. And then, of course, I mentioned that, you know, I learned this from Shailene Johnson's podcast, who incidentally, James Wedmore, who's in here, is one of the guests on that podcast. And maybe a few others of you are guests on Shailene's podcast, Build Your Tribe, or the Shailene Show, either one. So, you know, being able to give quality value, it doesn't have to like be the biggest, you know, huge production type of thing value. It can be literally a conversation that you have with your community that will maybe help them with a little, you know, with maybe a small issue or small problem that they may be experiencing today. So if there's anything I can say to you that motivated me from listening to this podcast today, it was use these three things, okay? Use these three things. Vulnerability, which means, you know, it's okay to be vulnerable in your business. A lot of people get weirded out by being vulnerable, but it's really okay. In fact, you're a better leader when you can. Hey, Zach, what's going on? Thank you for coming to the scope, my brother. You're a better leader when you can be vulnerable, okay? If you're not vulnerable, they're never going to be able to connect with you. So allow yourself to be absolutely 100% you in even your flaws. I always say that I've always wanted to kind of create this book, you know, or a program called like the Stutterer's Guide to Public Speaking, because, you know, so many people get so freaked out about public speaking and they always feel like they have to kind of become somebody else instead of be their best them, you know, be as authentic as they are personally. So it surprises me that there are a lot of people that don't believe in their vision. And here's the thing, the reason that I'm sharing this information is because I've been there. I've been one of these people. I'm always consistently thinking about, am I doing the right thing? And, you know, oftentimes I'm in my head too much. I don't know if Shailene is in here. No, I don't think she is at the moment. And I'm always trying to get out of that. I try to trust my vision more. So if there's one thing I can say to you, trust your vision more. Show vulnerability, trust your vision and value, and that's the key to, I think, based on Brendan Bouchard and what I've noticed as well, to continuing to build the community and build the tribe, essentially, because you're showing them that you're growing with them. I mean, I have people on my list. I have several businesses. Do I scope under each or scope all about under my personal and cover all of them? That's up to you. I mean, I would actually probably put it under, this is a good question, because this also pertains to any content that you put out there. I mean, this is a question I'm sure James Wedmore gets all the time about YouTube. I get this all the time as well. Should I create my own personal channel, one personal channel, and then share everything underneath it? Or do I create, a different Periscope for different businesses? My thought is this. I personally feel that you need to make your life easier. So if your businesses are related, if they're all related to each other, do everything under a personal scope, okay? Now, here's another idea. If they are, even if they're not related, oftentimes I may use Periscope as a personal thing, creating that personality, because this is what it's built for almost, right? But you can go to YouTube and create videos that are specific to maybe a brand if you wanted to do that. But I think per Periscope, do things personally and then share your different strategies for, or your different businesses on different particular days. I hope that helped. And I know you guys were also commenting in here as well, right? So it's interesting to hear you say that, Zach. Do you use Instagram, and how do you incorporate it into business? You know what? I am not an avid Instagram user yet. This is another big push that I'm trying to do. You know who is, though? A really, really good person to follow for Instagram is Sue B. Zimmerman, okay? At Sue B. Zimmerman. If you're not following Sue, go and follow Sue. She has a course all about this stuff. She actually is very, very, very good at it. So I would definitely check that out. I'm still learning. I'm still learning about Instagram and building that up. So awesome. Well, guys, that was pretty much it. Do you have any questions? Can I ask any questions now? If there are any questions on anything that you want to ask about regarding anything we talked about, building a business or brand, using the power. Yep, at Sue B. Zimmerman. That's right. Using, now someone did ask about Easy Webinar earlier, so if you had questions, so what is your vision? Thank you so much. I really appreciate the question. So my vision essentially is this, that I would like to help business owners, authors, expert thought leaders, coaches, and consultants essentially build their own communities online. That's my vision, through the power of branding, online video, live video, and webinars. So essentially that is what my vision is. I'd like to to create, I mean, I don't want to steal, say, Lewis Howes's concept of, I'd love to be able to, create 1 million, successful brands or successful personal brands that are built around their passions. Are you doing this for clients already? I do some coaching, but mostly what I do is my software helps people like authors or experts, coaches, and consultants create that. So yes, I am. I'm the founder of Easy Webinar. It's a software that does both live and automated webinars. We have over 5,000 customers. And yes, I've also taught this stuff as well. I have a program called Online Broadcasts, which leverages, teaches you how to use broadcasting, online broadcasting like this, to build your communities, but at the same time use webinars to essentially bring those folks into your, I guess, your business, and take those people that were community members and turn them into customers through the power of webinars. So I am doing that right now. But the thing I let fall to the wayside was my personal brand, right? Because I love also, personal development and things like that. I'll be purchasing Easy Webinar this week, launching my new course in a few weeks. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you. Going to check out Easy Webinar. Yeah. And for those who, if you don't want to, you can actually go, if you want a free thing, would you guys like to get something for free? I have a training, and this training, by the way, people have told me this training is worth thousands of dollars, and I give it away for free. And the reason I give it away for free is because at the back end of this training, okay, and this is one of the things you can do for yourself if you're ever launching a product, I sell easy webinars. So there's two types of funnels that I have. One is an automated webinar, which Easy Webinar you can create with Easy Webinar, where they come in, they watch a 2-hour-long webinar, and then they can purchase Easy Webinar from there. Okay, but it's pre-recorded. It's a pre-recorded webinar, streams in real time, but still has a level of engagement. Yeah, free is always good. Yes, that's free. You can come into that and learn more about webinars. The other way you can do it is go into my mini course, where I take you through 4 to 5 videos over a series of a week to share with you how you can use webinars in your business. And then by the end of that, you can purchase Easy Webinar. So these are 2 different funnels that I use. These are launch strategies that a lot of people in the business do. And you can actually learn how to do it by, first off, coming in. That will you'll be able to say, like, see what I do and then kind of replicate what I do. But then also you'll be able to learn some good stuff in the meantime while you're there. So the 2 places you can go here, let me just open this up. No, it's not a lead pages funnel. No, both of them, one is using our software, the caseyzeman.com/webinar. That's using our software for the funnel. I drive Facebook traffic to both of these, and I get about 188% return on investment on this one, which is the mini course. And this one is the automated webinar, which gets about a 225% ROI, or return on investment. So one is WEBINARMINICOURSE.com, and the other is caseyzeman.com/webinar. Can you guys see that okay? I hope that's easy-ish to see. It looks like it's like backwards though. This is your software? Yes, I'm the founder of it. Yeah, that's right. And I also use it. I also use it to sell, and of course to get a return on investment. I would never have someone buy something that I don't use myself. That would be completely spaceballs crazy, and I'm not ever going to do that. So yeah, the thing I would always, so that's why we created it in the first place also, because I was looking to do that. What do you sell? I have a webinar platform called Easy Webinar. Easy Webinar is a platform that does live and automated webinars. We have over 5, a brand new version, which I'm excited about, pretty soon here. But before we do, if you guys come in, you'll be able to get that for no additional cost, and we have a lot of good people using our system right now. So, and you can learn more about it if you go to one of these links. It'll first off teach you how to use webinars, because that's the biggest thing. That's the most important thing. First off, learn how to do it, and then if you want to take advantage of all the things that Easy Webinar has, you can come in. How much does Easy Webinar cost? Question: what is the one thing you wish you would have started your online tribe? Oh man, I didn't get that one. I think you were probably asking, what's the one thing that so first off, Easy Webinar is $397 per year for the personal license, and $477 for the commercial license, which gets you up to 5 additional sub-users. So it ends up being around $30 some odd a month if you wanted to look at it like that. So maybe, yes, that's right, $397 a year. That's for the personal unlimited site license, essentially. Do you use Periscope to drive traffic to webinars? Bingo! Yes! Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's exactly what I do. I don't believe that Periscope will take over for webinars, because they don't give me enough, because first off, I'm not building my list. And the key to business, guys, the key to any online business, any tribe building, is building your list. You build a following on applications like this, on social media, but always get them back onto your list. And that's another thing that Brendon Burchard said, which is obviously very, very valuable, that you know, and I speak about it all the time as well, that you need to get people back on your list. And I use these 2 as funnels as one way to do it. And it's really great. I mean, I can account for I'd say maybe 1,000 leads coming in from Periscope into my business about every month. Maybe because because the replays always work as well. So I tend to put the replays out and and try to get that out there too, and have a clear call to action on every Periscope that I do. Do you think Periscope will take over Facebook marketing? No. I do both. I do Facebook marketing and Periscope at the same time, and it works quite well for me. I'm sure Periscope will evolve into something. Yeah, maybe Parabiz. Yeah, maybe. Start listening to your first training video. Awesome, Danielle or Diane. And I think there was a question. About what would I have done differently starting out when I was kind of building my tribe. What do you think of Blab? I think Blab is cool. A lot of people say Blab is going to take over for Google Hangouts. I'm not sure if it will, but it looks like a really cool application. So anyway, back to that question. It's a great question. I know what I probably would have done. I would have acted faster and trusted my gut more. So what I started doing when I first came online is I first had to figure out and learn how to build an online business. So I went and started consuming content about building landing pages and creating free gifts and buying an autoresponder and getting people to sign up, and then finally creating a product, using a membership platform, shopping carts. Then how do I get people to come into it? I started, building relationships with people. That was the first thing. I didn't even have a social media presence, really. I started using YouTube and relationships to connect with other people that would then promote my products, and then that's how I grew. But I hesitated on some things because I wasn't trusting my vision, I think. And if there's one thing I can say to you is trust your vision. Believe that your product is the right product, that you can go out there, that you can succeed with it, even if there are other products on the market. And that's my problem, is I actually took a step back because there were other products on the market and I didn't want to compete with them. And the thing is that, even though there's warm markets out there, it's okay. You really shouldn't look at it as competition. And so if there's one thing I regret, it's having kind of a scarcity or traditional mindset around business that doesn't really apply when you're building a community and brand. Because I can connect with people that are going to resonate with me more than somebody else, and that's how I can build my own business, right? So it's more based on my personality, yes, based on my products, but it's based more so on how I connect and engage with my community, and I didn't trust that enough. So trust that, and you guys will be okay. Tribes for non-natives, LOL. I'm glad we made an impact that everyone wants to be a tribal oriented. Yeah, right. I hear you. Right. I know. Yeah. Now everybody wants to be a tribe because of. I mean, yes, that's right. Native Americans, you guys started this thing, I think, right? So the other question was Blab. Is Blab cool? Blab is okay. It's very true, and to trust your vision and follow one's path. Yes. Blab is going to be, I think Blab is going to do some good stuff, and if you're not on it, check it out. It's cool, blab.im. Number one way to build your brand that peeps peeps trust. What's the number one way to build your brand that peeps trust? Well, I think that's what you're saying, right? Do things like that. Show vulnerability, vision, and value every single day if you can. If you can't, do it once a week. I mean, I don't email my list as much as I do my Periscope. So my thing is I want more of my people to come into Periscope because then they can communicate with me one-on-one. I got my card, LOL, love to. Okay, because we have new audience on Blab. Not sure if it's worth the effort. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be worth the effort to create a whole new audience on Blab. But there are people that are doing it. They're going crazy for Blab right now. It might be at some point, and I think what's great is that you can do interviews with Blab. It's a desktop application as well as your phone, and it may take the place of Google Hangouts at some point. How can I combine two brands, a personal one and one to sell products? Always spending so much time on Periscope. Well, here's the thing. So I think, that's exactly what you need to do. Create a personal brand, but also products as well. See, a lot of us get freaked out by putting ourselves out there, especially if we are kind of conditioned by traditional media and traditional jobs. I mean, a lot of us have a 9-to-5 job where we're worried if we put ourselves out there. What if they see us? What if they see the true us? which is completely counterintuitive to anything and everything that like society should be about. They should see who you are. They should know that, oh, this guy likes to talk about personal development, or oh, this guy has passion. He likes playing guitar on his spare time. Yeah, the personal brand needs to support the product. Combining brand and being your own brand is the same thing, really. Yeah, it's very true. Exactly. But people get freaked out by that because they start thinking about, what they did traditionally and how, they can't play a video of them playing guitar because what if someone sees them at their job? So, I always say that your personal brand, yes, your personal brand is there to essentially help boost your business brand. I mean, Easy Webinar is branded on its own, and at some point, what my plan is to build out a tribe-minded school of business, so that you guys are hearing it for the first time. But it's going to be essentially a full-on school from everything I learned about webinars, just from this business, everything that I've gained from video webinars, and then rock that out. So that's going to be something I'm going to put out in the future. And I'm also working on a new podcast. Now, because it has the same name as Shailene's podcast, part of me was concerned about putting it out there because Shailene has Build Your Tribe, and if I had Tribe Minded, I don't want it to be, I don't want it to have conflicting things going on. But then my mind I started thinking about this, the whole point of being able to create your own business, I had this vision for Tribe Minded. I think that I'm almost tempted to reach out to Shailene and see if she would be the first person on my show if I did create Tribe Minded. I'm beginning to think that I've got a real perspective on this topic. What are some common mistakes beginners make on webinars when getting started? Well, here's the deal. So go to caseyzeman.com/webinar or webinarminicourse.com, and you can actually check that out. You'll be able to see everything. I mean, common mistakes, like sharing too much information is a common mistake. Let's see, what are other common mistakes that people have? Not having a clear, concise call to action at the end of your end of your webinar. Not having bonuses in your webinars, and also not having a blueprint, which I teach about. I was raised in a tribal community and have built a business community. Awesome, that's great. Sharing too much information. What do you mean by that? Well, so when I first started doing webinars, I would oftentimes share, I'd go super deep with a strategy, which was great because my audience was like, that's super valuable. But then no blueprint, right? Very few people bought because they were still consuming or thinking about the high level things that I talked to them about. I was like, okay, here's what you do. You start here, you can do this. Oh, check this out that you can do with this. Oh, check this out. You can also do this. So they were all thinking, their minds were like mush because they were thinking about all the things that I share with them when I didn't share enough of the concise value. I didn't give them a clear, concise value, which then led them to purchasing my product, which was, of course, the solution to their problem. Yeah. So I'm an oversharer. It's just naturally what I do. So I have to fight against that when I do webinars. So you don't think that we should give them an action to take. No, you can give them an action to take. Absolutely. I mean, I always watch one of the webinarminicourse.com or caseyzeman.com/webinar. You'll see exactly what I say is like the 6 steps to creating a high converting sales webinar, because they will take action and not sign up. Yeah. A confused mind never buys. That's so true. So true. Man, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, action plan or something to implement. Yeah, I oftentimes at the end will say, listen, there's 2 options for you right now. One is to go through this, come into our community, speed up your learning curve, and that's option 1. Option 2 is take the information you just learned and try to apply it somehow. I'm more interested in you applying the knowledge than anything. But if you want to speed up your learning curve, if you want to join a community of like-minded individuals and increase your growth process, come in and purchase the product, get access to $1,900 worth of bonus packages, and then join our community. And that will that will exponentially help your business. So it's almost like you give them a call to action in that way. Speeding up learning curve, got it, do it either way, but with you, it will be faster. Yeah, exactly. Teach the what, sell the how. Exactly, that's right. Teach the what, sell the how. Teach the what, sell the how, right? The problem, and then what's the solution is your product, okay? So the final thing, right, and I know I was mentioning this, though, the Shailene Johnson thing, I was thinking about creating Tribe Minded and have her as my first guest. What do you think about that? I mean, do you guys think that if I asked Shailene to come and be my first guest on something that is called Tribe Minded when hers is Build Your Tribe, that would be a conflict? Or do you think that it would make sense because we both feel very strongly about this? What do you think? Do you think that I should worry about it, and is that a scarcity mindset, or I should look at it from a bigger picture of, yes, I'd love to get her in? It seems like most people here, consultant strategist, my biz does not do that, not fit. Yeah, a lot of people are. Ask her. Okay, yeah. So you think I should ask her? Okay. What do you mean by tribe-minded specifically? Well, I've created a Facebook group called Tribe Minded where we talk about these strategies. So Tribe Minded, the idea behind Tribe Minded is a lot of businesses, they don't think about how they can build a community. They think about the numbers. They think about, especially big businesses. So what I wanted to do is do a podcast or show all about, different strategies for building a community, whether you're doing it from grassroots like this using Periscope or live video or video itself or Facebook or webinars. I wanted to teach that all in Tribe Minded and bring in guests who are also building their communities in whatever realm they're in. So, I have a lot of friends who are I have some celebrity friends, some that, have built big YouTube channels that I'd love to bring into the show because it's like those folks can share how they grew their businesses or and things like that, communities. Community and collaboration still seems groundbreaking to the old school. Yeah, but good question, Casey, restaurant owner. But good question. Restaurant owner, ask Casey. I'm not sure what that question was. Restaurant owner, ask Casey. A restaurant owner can use these things too. I don't think she was the first to talk about tribe, so I wouldn't overthink it. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. She's not the first one. She asked questions. Oh, okay. She asked question. Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't get the question. True, David, Seth Godin. Right, Seth Godin did, right. Who is somebody else I'd like to get on the show. I think I'm a restaurant owner. You guys are all strategists and consultants. Oh, well, that's okay. Because if you're a restaurant owner, you can still do these things. So here's the cool thing about being a restaurant owner, and I talked about this the other day. We are only able to do business in the res by the way of collaborating, community, and family. That's perfect. I should probably get you on the show. So in terms of a restaurant, what I would do is I would use Periscope, and you probably are, that's why you're on Periscope, to show, kind of what you guys are doing in the restaurant. Maybe show what the chef is making, or talk about, the ingredients the chef uses, or, show what's going on in the restaurant itself. Talk about the hospitality that you guys believe in, your vision for the restaurant itself. And then, you can use, you could use webinars, you could, I guess, technically, to build a list. But my thing for you, I'm thinking that better for you is to build your social media platform, essentially, right? The way that you grow as a restaurant is you get a larger footprint on people knowing what your value is and your vision is, so that they can decide if they want to come into your restaurant or not. The cool thing about picture of food tends to make people hungry. Yeah, absolutely. The other thing is, what's cool about Periscope is that there is a geolocation on here. So you could essentially, if you keep that thing on and you're doing your Periscopes from your restaurant, you'll be able to maybe get some folks in that way. Yes, I have a restaurant client I taught to use Periscope. Very powerful. Yeah. We do that. Oh, cool. Okay, it looks like you're already doing something like that. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. So, I mean, you could technically get people, I guess, onto a webinar where you might be teaching about how to create a certain entree. I have people that use our software that do it more in the sense of demoing. Like, we have artists that actually teach painting during a webinar, right? Because it's you in front of the camera, so you can be doing anything. You know, you can technically take this thing, and because we use Google Hangouts with it. I just found this platform, Periscope, and trying to dig out how to make it work for us. Don't worry, you will. You just want to connect with other people that are in your location, that, you know, that hashtagging is one of the most important things you can do. You know, hashtag what your food is, and that will help people to know how to find you. You know, so you know, like in your titling, maybe say, you know, whatever, we're the chef of something makes chicken cordon bleu. Maybe it's not that, but chicken cordon bleu, gluten-free, right? Hashtag gluten-free, hashtag chicken cordon bleu, hashtag your restaurant, hashtag Los Angeles, or wherever it's from. And then you'll have people that are probably locally coming into it. Now, the cool thing is it's assigned to your Twitter handle, so it's all connected. So if it goes to your Twitter, that will help people that are searching on Twitter as well. Any advice for which hashtags you use? I use a ton, but don't know if I'm using the best ones. Well, it depends on your niche. I find that when I use hashtags, when I do Periscope, I keep out a lot more, I guess you call them trolls, right? So I keep out a lot more trolls because I tell people what this is actually about. Research your hashtags. Yeah. I would say you can look up, so you can look up a hashtag and see what the searchability is for it. I don't quite know. There's probably also software out there that can help you with that too. I don't know it. You might want to Google it. Online business coaches, I use the same one each time. Are you guys talking about using hashtags on Periscope only? No. Hashtags can be used in anything. Periscope, Twitter, Facebook. Use them all the time. Use them on all those platforms for sure. And you can use the same ones. Absolutely. And get consistent with your hashtag. So, you know, if you're a restaurateur, always hashtag your restaurant. If you're, you know, creating a specialty food, hashtag that. If you're location-based, hashtag your location. What's better, entrepreneurs or business? What's a better, I didn't see that, Twitter or IG? Twitter and Instagram? Yeah, and Instagram as well. Gets consistent, true. Hashtagify. Shows search usage. Thank you. Is that Skip that wrote that in? Hashtagify? Hashtagify. Can you put that back in here? Side note, any idea when the ClickFunnels and Easy Webinar integration is going to go live? It should, maybe, I feel like it might already be live. Someone did a video about it in our Facebook group, I think, yeah. So what was that, Hashtagify? Hashtagify, yeah, great name. So check out Hashtagify. It will allow you to see what the popular hashtags are being created. Also, follow Skip Foster here, okay, I'm you to take your Periscope videos and put them inside YouTube so that you can start kind of repurposing your content to get it out there more. You could also take a Periscope and, of course, do what? Make it into a podcast as well. So very cool stuff, and that's my plan too. I'm kind of working on that right now. Okay, guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for everybody who was here. Thank you for following me, and of course, hope this content was valuable to you. I try to do Periscopes once a day, at least once a day if I can, and I can't wait to see you in the next scope. And of course, I think I can join your tribe, LOL, but I have to check with the government. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, my tribe is tribeminded.com. You can go to tribeminded.com and join. It will add you to the Facebook group. Yeah. Well, don't worry. Online is kind of like is almost like, you know, your reservation goes even to the online world as well. So just realize that there are no boundaries online, so you can come into the group. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take off. Hey, Case, are great things about you. Thank you, Taki Moore, how's it going? Yes, I've heard great things about you as well. Thanks for coming into the scope. We're just finishing it up. But you can watch the replay. Anybody who wants to watch the replay, you could do so. If you wanted to come into Tribe Minded, the Facebook group, www.tribeminded.com. Damn replay, I know. I don't want to watch a replay. But absolutely, yeah, you come in there. If you're on the replay right now, you can share this with your friends, your followers, your fans, and it should be good. I know, right? Yeah, Taki Moore, I know, right? TribeMinded.com. And of course, as I mentioned, if you guys wanted to learn more about webinars, there's a couple right there. And to caseyzeman.com/webinar and then webinar mini course, okay? And if you are now getting here, I'll quickly put a button on this. We talked about Brendan Bouchard's episode on Shailene Johnson's show that was all about building your tribe and building your community and 3 V's for staying connected to them, which I personally believe in 100%. And those 3 are vulnerability, vision, and value. So you can watch a replay, check out what I mentioned about those. And there's a great episode that Shailene Johnson did on Build Your Tribe, all about it with Brendan Bouchard. So it was a fabulous episode, and I have to give them props because it was essentially Brendan who created those 3 V's. But I tend to use them in my day. And they resonated with me, so that's why I shared them. Wow, a ton of people joining in, watch the replay, following you. Sounds great. Awesome. Well, I'm going to get going because I've been on here a little too long, and I still have to start building out this new YouTube course that I'm working on. So, guys, you just invited people? Oh, man, you just invited people, and I'm going to take off. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Hey, I don't mind more people coming in. It's fine. I wish these could live. I wish I could click on someone to then say, hey guys, follow this person is going to take over this Periscope for me. Wouldn't that be a cool thing if I could like share that or grab somebody and do that? So it can't leave, LOL. No, don't share. I gotta go. That's okay. They can see the replay too for 24 hours. That's right. I also have all of my replays going to catch.me, katch.me. You can go there. You can go to catch.me, katch.me. See the periscopes that I've done. One I did yesterday was all about, oh man, what was that about? Man, it was a really good one too. Oh, if you're just starting out, what 3 things you can do to amp up your brand if you're just starting out. You can check those off. Handoff. I know, I wish I could do that. I can say to you guys, I could say like, I'm going to get off this Periscope, and is there someone who wants to start up another one? If you are, I can pass it to you. How do you search on Catch? Just type in my name, CASEYZEMAN. You should be able to find me on Catch. It's also going to be on my Twitter. It's also going to be in my Twitter feed, the replay and the Catch replay. So if you just go to @CaseyZeman, follow me on Twitter. You can follow me here. You'll be able to see this saved on Catch as well as the other previous episodes that were put on there, broadcasts. So if anyone's interested in getting this to pass the scope, what I can do is once I get off of here, I can pass that off to somebody else. Catch.me/KCZeman. So yeah, I could definitely pass it off to you if you'd like to be passed. And once I guess what I can do is get off of here, and then all I would do is jump on one of your guys' new periscopes when I see it, as long as I'm following you, and then I'll share it with my people. It's really complicated, but I know I could do it. Does anyone want to do a periscope that would be interested in me passing that off to somebody to pass off to your community? If you are, I'm going to give you 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 more seconds. 10. I'm going to do a countdown, make it really dramatic. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so no one decided to do it. That's totally fine. I won't pass the scope today. I'll maybe do it at some other point into the future. But thank you guys for all for coming, and I will talk to you very, very soon.